Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ. And up next, we have DJ Akademiks claiming the evidence backing Kendrick Lamar's allegations about Drake and minors are baseless and just articles with no proof. Also, a clip of Aiden Ross speaking on Drake parting ways with Kick after getting called out by their CEOs. As for DJ Akademiks, obviously another erroneous take because it can't be baseless evidence when we have Drake on footage acting inappropriately and kissing a minor that he'd brought up on stage, 17-year-old, while he was 24, while also speaking on her anatomy while she was up there. Definitely some disgusting stuff. And that Baca case is not baseless, but truly disgusting and very, very real. Those details are out there. As far as those articles, they're referencing real life interactions and relationships. No one crafted these relationships. No one held up a gun to Drake's head to make him do any of this stuff, because many of these interactions are definitely brow raising. For Akademiks, I haven't watched this yet, and I know the narrative spinning is going to be egregious. And I know many of you guys don't like Akademiks at all, but I'm definitely not going to let these egregious claims and takes go unchecked. There are many first-hand accounts that spoke on stuff like this, and I definitely argue there's more to the allegations about Drake than the allegations Drake created about Kendrick Lamar, because I never heard anything about him not being the father of one of his kids before this beef ever happened. But enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into these videos, where we have DJ Akademiks claiming the evidence backing Kendrick Lamar's allegations about Drake and minors are baseless and just articles with no proof. Let me know how many cups of Henny you guys think it took for Akademiks to come to this conclusion. And I'm going to start it off with at least 3 full solo cups anyway. But before we start that, let's jump into this Aiden Ross clip with him speaking on Drake's departure from Kick. And the thing about this is it's kind of been a very tumultuous relationship between them for a very long time. This isn't the first time that he's allegedly parted ways. He's already been at odds with them once. And honestly, if I'm not mistaken, I actually covered this. And Drake had actually admitted that basically he and them have done something very, very illegal, because he was saying he was mad that they weren't paying him back for the bets he was making on stream, which is definitely something very, very illegal. So he's already been complaining about his money situation with them before this even happened.
Because I obviously want to know the stream. He absolutely got fucking shredded on that last stream. So I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, yo, bro,
It's crazy. Anytime Drake hops on one of these streams, whether it's this guy or XQC, it's like a steady stream of L's in the chats.
I'm not doing any more streams unless it's for like brand risk, like you mentioned, like for me or some shit like that. Like he's like, I'm not doing any more of those streams though. Like I'm good. So now I'm over here panicking.
Honestly, at the end of the day, his very short-lived career as a streamer, unless he actually comes back, because his reputation in music definitely isn't as high as it once was. So who knows if we don't eventually see him returning. But Drake's streaming career has honestly been quite the L, which is obviously something that he's been stacking a lot of over the last year and a half. But I don't think that's really helped him out at all, because like I just said, most of the time when he hops on there, it's just literally people calling him out and dropping L's and referencing Kendrick Lamar in the chats. And as far as him streaming by himself, those Iceman streams have done anything but make people excited for that album, which is what an album rollout is supposed to do. It's probably, for me, probably one of the most ineffective rollouts, because those records are falling off the charts as quickly as they made it onto the charts. I was looking through some of the playlists, and I will say this. Drake can argue bots, but they're definitely putting money into getting that song playlisted as high as it is. It's listed #1 on Rap Caviar, which is probably the most popular single rap playlist there is on Spotify. And yeah, that definitely feels honestly overinflated, especially given that song truly has no buzz, because honestly, it feels like it's only a matter of weeks before it falls off the charts completely. I actually have the Billboard Hot 100 loaded up here. Yeah, it's currently number 67. It had a peak of number 23, and in 3 weeks has fallen to number 67. Definitely not a record I would put at #1 on that playlist, if you're assuming that the #1 rap song on Rap Caviar should actually be a song that's actually hot. So Drake, you better tread lightly, because it can be exposed that you're actually paying for payola yourself. But just speaking on these type of situations from like a first-hand perspective, guys, a lot of these artists are paying for those top 10 spots. I've said it before, these playlists are basically the new radio station. So if you can get your song in the top 10 of one of these playlists, you can almost guarantee that it's going to create a huge surge in streams. Obviously something that this record needs heavily. All right, let's go back to this video.
I'm like, yo, bro, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? So, yeah, bro, I'm genuinely, I'm fucking, what's the, wait, Drake deleted his kick? Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, somebody actually, I think, debunked this, said that Drake just changed the name of his profile again. This is the same thing that happened last time. If I'm not mistaken, like 8 months ago, his profile just vanished, but he had just changed the name. But it still doesn't change the fact that his streaming career has been a major L. Probably not his biggest one.
Great. Ah, GG's, bro. Oh my god. What's? Oh my god, dude.
The chats are probably spamming W's.
Like what now, dude?
I mean, nothing changes. Obviously, Drake and the founders of Kick and Steak have been having a very tumultuous business relationship. Money seems to be the root of the issue. So this was almost inevitable at this point. And I don't truly think Drake is getting any type of like positive return from this at all. I mean, one of your streams was actually entitled Drizmas, probably one of the cringiest titles I've ever seen. All right, but enough to lead down. Let's jump right into that Akademiks clip where I know he's spouting off some egregious takes. Pretty much his MO, huh?
By the way, when you don't see the blue shit, like this is federal court. Every federal court document is going to have the case number, have a document number, when it's filed, how many pages. Now, this is more than one of three because there's a bunch of documents all together. So this was a declaration of this is Drake's lawyers, which is asking for a motion of leave to serve by a third party. So what's happening is that there's two individuals, one named Kojo, one named this Kaplan guy.
That's the mysterious guy that's alleged to have been botting for Kendrick Lamar. Still yet to have been found. Dude is probably on some island in the Caribbean with a pina colada.
Being served, right? Drake thinks that they're the botters, okay? They're ducking service. Drake said he spent $100,000 trying to serve Kojo. At a point when you've exhausted every means to serve someone, the court could allow you to serve them by posting publicly, maybe the newspaper or like run it on a news channel, or subsequently.
But how can you prove that the dude actually saw it?
By certified mail. Or even I've seen them say, as long as you go to the person's house and you tape it to their door.
I know it can get to a point where you can send a sheriff to actually do it, if I'm not mistaken, and you don't actually even need to be there.
And do certified mail, we're going to consider them served, okay? And the point is, you know, a judge ain't going to sit around and let somebody duck service this whole time. Drake said he spent.
But again, is a judge actually going to wait 3 to 4 years to see if they actually can catch the guy?
$100,000 trying to serve Kojo and the nigga been ducking. All right. Okay. So here's Exhibit 1. This is the plaintiff. Plaintiff is Drake. This is the amended initial disclosures. Okay. All right. This is kind of bullshit. We don't care about that. Okay. So this disclosure is about all the people they're interested in. Here are these guys, Kojo.
I'm pretty sure Drake's attorneys, because these addresses are public, are probably getting a ton of letters in the mail.
Okay. Good. All right. Bet. All right. Cool. These are all the people. I told you they're now interested in some Rock Nation people because they feel those people were involved in licensing the song to be performed at Super Bowl.
At the end of the day, that song was a phenomenon. It wasn't just a diss. It was a #1 record, probably one of the most successful rap records in history. So to think that it wasn't going to be licensed, that it wasn't going to be used. I mean, every team on the planet is using Not Like Us as a pseudo anthem. I literally couldn't put on a sports broadcast without that record playing a few times. So what do you expect to do with a hit song but promote it and put it out there? It's making them tons of money. In Akademiks, you should know this is the music business. This is how it works. They're not just going to sit on something. Their main driving force is to make money through their music. And if they're naming Rock Nation, they should name the NFL. Because at the end of the day, they can veto any decision.
Cool. So Rock Nation's added, Interscope, a lot of Interscope. Dave Freeze up in here, Lucian Grange, John Janik.
Akademiks is Sir Lucian Grange to you.
But they have even people from Drake's label, Monty Lippman, and also even Avery Lippman, which they're brothers, by the way.
If Drake's biggest outcome to putting out all these requests is basically him just exposing himself, would definitely be one of the most hilarious, ironic events ever, not just rap history.
And I think there's some Spotify people that get added. Pretty much everybody is in there. Apple, whatever. Okay, so these are what they call interested parties, right? And they're saying these are people that might have info that's going to lead to Drake getting the info to be able to follow through with his case.
But shouldn't you have evidence before you even file a case? I know at the end of the day, it's really easy to file. Anyone can sue anybody, which is why these celebs have attorney on standby. Because there definitely is a bunch of frivolous cases that go out every day. I remember reading something about Will Smith getting sued like multiple times a year by just random people he had never met.
Yeah, chat, I'm going to stop relying on Twitter. I'm going to just do what I got to do here. Okay. Okay, so now this is the defendant's. So this is defendant UMG's initial disclosures. Okay. Now this is what, and granted, the thing we were just reading, I guess, is from here, is B. So this is UMG, right? So UMG they were doing their disclosures, right? Let me just scroll down a little bit and make sure. Yeah. Yeah, these are the people representing UMG. So they submitted their disclosures and they said,
Again, why would Drake's legal team think that you can go and try to expose somebody and not think that they're going to try to go and expose you? Especially when there's so much out there to talk about.
here, it states that the following individuals likely have discoverable information that UMG may use to support its defenses. Okay? So they want to ask these guys for info as well. They want to ask Drake. They want to ask Kendrick. You know, they want to ask all these people. So for Universal, they're saying, really, we as a parent company ain't got nothing to do with this. Who would have shit to do with this are these people, and they named all the people, and they say Drake, Kendrick.
Yeah, Drake definitely has something to do with it because every time he brings his record up, even a year and a half later, it creates a huge surge in stream. So unless Drake is looking for like a future in marketing for Kendrick Lamar and PG Lang, he should probably change his game plan.
And even Anthony Saleh. Okay, then they say if and as the discovery progresses or otherwise appropriate, UMG reserves the right to supplement, amend, or otherwise modify the identification of individuals and entities who discoverable information including. Okay, so they're basically saying they want to be able to get information as well. Then it says copy.
Well, it's only fair.
Or description by category and location of documents, blah, blah, blah. So based upon the information now reasonably available to UMG, UMG states that it is in possession and custody and control of the following categories of documents that it may use to support its defenses, unless it will be used for impeachment. So they have contracts between UMG and Drake.
Exactly. I've said this before. If anyone is going to have any knowledge of where the skeletons are buried and any inside knowledge of Drake, it's going to be the company that has built them up, the conglomerate that created him.
Documents concerning UMG's contractual relationship with Drake. The other recordings in the Drake rap feud and documents concerning the distribution. I guess they're talking about other records other than Not Like Us.
And like I said in the last video, they might even go further than this rap beef because it's going to be really interesting if they start picking apart his beef with Meek Mill and Pusha T. Because with Pusha T, he allegedly pushed his weight around to actually make some changes. And with Meek, bam, if you guys don't think that back-to-back record had some funny business around it, you would definitely be crazy because I'm pretty sure UMG can argue that the same thing that was done for Not Like Us was also done for back-to-back. But it's pretty plain for me to see that Not Like Us was a record that was catapulted by the culture, by the people. The people gravitated towards it. We saw it in real time. We saw all the social media posts. We saw everyone making videos to it. We saw orchestras playing it all around the world. Like I said, every venue in sports was playing it as their theme song. But even before the Super Bowl, before the Grammy wins, and before the licensing deals, we saw what that record did over the first few days. That song broke records. I definitely can't agree that UMG did anything to plan for that. What they did afterwards is obviously different, but again, it's a music business. They're going to promote a hit record.
And then they know about the marketing and promotion. Okay, so they know about if there was any budget used, whatever. Petition.
It's funny how he just glosses over anything that's obviously very damning for Drake.
Entitled Art on Trial. Other recordings by Drake.
Somebody pointed out, Drake actually signed that petition to not be able to use lyrics in court. So again, another hypocritical move. He just glosses over it.
Drake and documents, and they say news reports and documents concerning Drake's relationship with and behavior around minors. See, that's odd. And that's why I think that UMG is fighting.
It's not odd because these publications aren't making these rumors out of thin air. They're not creating these allegations. It's Drake having these weird interactions, which is probably the reason they were never sued for defamation.
Fighting back, right? I think they put out in their declaration a weird way that they're almost kind of teasing like we got some shit, but it's very odd to me that a label would have information. Let's say
this guy is a total buffoon. I've said this before, guys. These companies are definitely in possession of stuff like this. I've actually spoken about it on multiple occasions. Whether it's them, whether it's these big radio stations, whether it's personalities like Charlemagne the God or Joe Budden, they get emails and DMs every day about this sort of information. They just don't publish it or pursue it because it's either too messy, they have relationships with said party, maybe they're friends or something like that, or they just don't have enough hard evidence. Because again, if you have that type of platform, it's fairly easy to get sued for defamation if the stuff happens to not be true. And if it's not those situations, what happens next? They just pay it off and it gets swept under the rug.
It was whatever you want to think is true. Why the fuck would you be like, oh yeah, no, we got all the info here? Huh? Anyway, just like, do I think they have all the info on Dave Free or Kendrick's kids? Fuck no, right? The criminal charges on not nice. So what I think they're gonna say is that they have some news reports that would substantiate.
Bam. It basically builds a profile of a person. It's just one piece of the puzzle. I think this guy thinks that everything needs to be a slam dunk piece of evidence. When attorneys put things into discovery, not everything is going to be on the same scale. It just paints a picture of who that person is, of who the party is. And for a guy that says he covers this stuff, he's not really doing a great job. But again, he's trying to defend the indefensible at this point.
Criminal convictions against Baca, because I'm pretty sure you could just Google it and you'll find a news report about it.
And it's obviously something that was in the Not Like Us record.
I don't think they have like some fucking hidden video. That's why I think the insinuation is like they have the proof that Drake did something.
You're making the insinuation that it has to be a video or something like that.
Start out by saying,
even though we do have video of Drake being weird with a minor.
News reports and documents, right? They're not saying we have proof of this. They're saying that we have gathered news reports, right?
He literally skipped and glossed over everything else just to harp on articles when, like I said, they're just part of the puzzle.
And 3, the rap feud, but not limited to this. And then the affirmation of this person. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna speak on other
appended
beefs
as and exhibits NX. So let's go down to NX. We're gonna go down to exhibit NX. So they're saying these records will be available at this law office, and yeah, they'll be transferring the data in a reasonable way. So let's go find that thing. NX. Let's see. Yeah, we got to keep scrolling. Yeah, this is a lot of legal work here, man.
Yeah, and you're glossing over everything, but that's why they get paid the big bucks.
Ooh, Drake got a private investigator. What?
Why is it so surprising? They all have private investigators. This is how you come up with this evidence.
What?
Not shocking.
Oh, you got a private investigator to look for the addresses of the Kaplan guy. What?
What about Kojo, man? Which they obviously haven't had much success when it comes to stuff like this. I've had people that have done this type of work, people that actually got paid to serve people. And guess what, guys? These people love when it happens because you're just continually getting paid because you're out here trying to find the people that you're trying to serve. So they'll run up the hours, which is obviously what they're doing. And probably the biggest reason why they ran it up to 100K.
Oh, shit. Drake got these niggas ducking. Okay.
Literally 2 people, fam. Relax.
They emailed the nigga. That shit ain't work.
My inbox is probably like 1,100 at this point.
All right. Let's keep it going.
He gets happy and excited about things that really mean nothing, but glosses over the important things.
The shoreline? What is this?
Egregious.
Damn, they got this nigga court eviction up on this bitch. What the fuck? They got his lease? Oh my God. Oh, you was paying $3,660 for rent? Yeah, this is some diabolical shit, man.
No, it's part of a case.
Oh man, this is fucking crazy.
What's crazy is the fact that there is actual evidence out there. There's footage, there's clips, and there's firsthand accounts of people speaking about Drake and his relationships.
All right, a bunch of shit. That's all this lease information, Exhibit B. Okay, this is some other shit. Damn, they want this Kaplan nigga bad. Who's Kaplan? I gotta find his social media. Maybe I know him or something.
If you know him, he's probably hiding out in some basement like you.
Ah, damn. Okay. I'm still trying to find some shit, but I can't find that exhibit that they were talking about. Let me look for it over here. Sorry, chat. I'm looking for. This is the exhibit with They say they got some shit on Drake, right? So that wouldn't be it. Okay, so I mean, listen. According to UMG, they're saying that they have news reports, and I don't know if we could.
Again, he skipped over the 4 or 5 previous things that they said they had. The news reports, again, is just a supplemental piece in their defense against Drake. If those articles were defamatory, if there were grounds to sue, they would have already been sued. The thing is, they're actually touching on things that have happened in real life because they have pictures to corroborate it, they have firsthand accounts, they have footage, and they have tons of other things that obviously support their articles. Akademiks is harping on that, even though, again, that's not baseless at all, but he's skipping the fact that Drake literally signed a petition to not use lyrics in court. Hypocritical. Skipping the fact that he may have done the very same things he's claiming that they did for Kendrick Lamar on his own beefs, which is something that UMG has been saying since the start, since their opening statements. Drake, you do the very same things you're claiming that we're doing. So Akademiks is really trying his best to downplay this and move the goalposts and try to spin the narrative when it's looking very nasty for him. Because yeah, Drake has a PI, but guess what? UMG probably has like a team of PIs. Like I've said before, and Drake has actually dealt with this before, you cannot sling mud and be surprised when mud lands on your face, fam. They are just reciprocating the energy that you yourself came with. So you, again, have no one else to blame but yourself. This narrative that Drake has been trying to stick, that he's the victim, that everyone's out to get him, is something that obviously people are never going to believe, especially with his actions over the past year and a half and the allegations that have been following him, honestly, for over a decade now at this point. He has allegedly done these very same things to other people. So you can't now, after you've fallen obviously out of public favor, go and scream that now the industry is against you when you have allegedly benefited from the very same things. And it looks like there's evidence to corroborate everything that Kendrick Lamar has been saying about you. But definitely let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about him separating from Kick? Honestly, streaming wasn't working out for him anyway. But definitely let me know how you guys feel about that. And also let me know how egregious DJ Akademiks was in this clip, trying to claim that, yeah, they probably have nothing on him, when it actually looks the complete opposite. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. I really want to thank you guys so much for continuing to make this channel a part of your day. It honestly means the world to me, and all the love and support that you guys continue to show this channel on the daily is honestly overwhelming and probably the biggest reason why I make these videos. So I really want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it. Guys, a big shout out to all those that have been joining YouTube memberships. A small way to support the channel and definitely goes a very long way. And a very big super thank you to all those that have been sending super thanks, because again, it helps the channel out tremendously. I want to let you guys know how grateful I am for all of it. I'm definitely looking forward to your takes on these topics. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. If thou lives in the glass house, thou shalt not throw stones.